Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy 0260 and we back in the building with another video, and this time it's gonna be on a pink diamond Dr. J. So as you can see, I went 12-0 straight and I acquired the pink diamond card. So before we get into this video, I would like you guys, if you can, do me a favor and please leave a like on the video. All my real ones, all my day ones here already know we've been trying to level up since January. So, man, if you guys can do me a good favor of going ahead and just like leaving a like on the video. Let's try to aim for 17 likes. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the sub button too. And make sure you hit that notification bell for more videos, because you know I'm trying to pump out more videos for my team. I got y'all. You know I got y'all. So as you can see, I got the pink diamond card right here. And this is going to be a video on how I actually acquired that card. So make sure you watch the entire video, because I have a lot of tips and a lot of tricks, and I'm sure you're going to need them. So stay tuned. So first we're going to get into the lineup. All right, here's my lineup, guys. This is who I want to run with. And before I get into my lineup, man, I want to just say Unlimited is pretty tough. It's also been destroyed, and I'll probably make a whole different video about that. I don't really like Unlimited, but this is the team that I actually run with. I run with Kobe at the point. I run with Karolinko at the 2. I got Giannis at the 3. And I just recently put Hakeem at the 4 because I feel like I want him in the starting position, and I can't put him over Wilt. So I got Wilt as well. And then I put Magic Johnson on the bench. He's probably the best point guard in the game, to be honest. Julius Erving, I don't actually have him in my lineup. Usually I run with, who do I run with? Yeah, there we go. Usually I run with Paul Pierce. Now Paul Pierce is like a late addition to my team, because to be honest, his shot is kind of slow and it's not really to my liking at all. But for whatever reason, I thought about when I was playing with him at the beginning of, you know, whenever 2K came out, and I was like, dang, like this guy can actually ISO, he can play defense, he can shoot the ball if he's like wide open, but he's just really not to my liking. But the guy's actually pretty good. He's really good. So I actually run with him at the 2. And I got Scotty. Of course, bro, you need Scotty. I don't know how much Scotty is going for now, but like make sure you have Scotty on your team, because I feel like he's the reason that I won all of this. I got Anthony Davis here, and I got Shaq. Now Shaq, I change every now and then. I might put somebody else up there. I might put Mutombo, or you know, I might put like Gasol or somebody like that. He's really not like a permanent player on my team, but he's pretty much who I ran with for this 12-0 streak. So this is my team right here. And one tip before anything is to make sure you have all your shoes and all your badges. So you see all my players have diamond shoes. If you can't afford diamond shoe, just put a regular gold shoe on it all the time. Make sure that they have a shoe. Which shoe to put on them, I feel like I should leave that up to you guys, because I don't feel like I have like any tips on what shoes to go on, because I feel like everybody already knows. Like put the 3-point shoe on it if you like to shoot 3 so much. Or you can put a post shoe on a big man like I do. Like I like to go in the paint. I'm not really big on shooting threes like the entire game. I like to go in the paint. So that's one thing. Put shoes on them. Make sure you give them badges. Oh, and the badges. So what badges do you need? So once again, I'm not gonna patronize you guys like, oh, put limitless range on this player and this player. You already know that. If you don't know, make sure that you put defensive stopper on every player. Now Kobe already has it, I just upgraded it, but like make sure every player has defensive stopper. Everybody on this team right here has defensive stopper. And I'm also running with 2-way players. Like every single person on this team can play defense and offense. Also, a few optional badges that you might want to put on some players. Post spin technician. I feel like you should, or you may not even have to. Like I don't think all of my players have post spin technician, but I literally will post spin on you if you're a slightly smaller player than me, like every single time. So that's another optional badge. And also put like teardropper on it as well. I don't know if I have teardropper. Yeah, I have teardropper on Giannis. Make sure teardropper is on every player too. But that's really just like my personal preference, because I do a lot of teardroppers too. I don't actually see my opponents doing that, but I feel like it works better on the fast break than just going in the paint, because there's a lot of rim protectors nowadays, and like I feel like it always stops the layup, and I miss a lot of dunks. 2K, fix that. I miss way too many dunks. It's ridiculous. Also, another tip, guys, make sure that you're not running with small players. I think Kobe is 6'5", 6'6". I can't really see the height. Yeah, he's 6'6". He's probably the smallest player on my team. I don't know how big Magic is. Magic is 6'9". Paul Pierce, he's 6'7". So Kobe is the small player on my team. If you're gonna run with small players, make sure that player is the X factor on your team. If you're gonna run with somebody like Steph Curry, hopefully that person is gonna get you 30 points a game. If you're gonna run with Iverson, Hopefully that person's gonna get you 30 points a game. Otherwise, I wouldn't put him in my lineup for unlimited. I just feel like small players can really hurt your game and they can take advantage of you, and you don't really want your opponent getting easy points on you. Also, you can see that I'm running with 3 bronze players at the end. I'm going to be honest with you, this does nothing anymore. I don't know if it ever did anything before, but running 3 bronze players at the end of your lineup and giving them like all of the minutes is not a thing anymore. Now, you have to watch all the way to the end of the video, and I'm going to give you like incredible cheese tips on how this actually works better for you. But the reason I still will run with bronze players at the end is because I only need 10 players. I don't need 13 players. I run out of contracts pretty easy playing unlimited, so I don't need to be wasting contracts by just adding 3 players that I'm not going to play with. And as far as putting the minutes on them, it's by habit. Like, you know, hopefully I get lucky and run into somebody who doesn't have Pink Diamond, Hakeem, or Dr. J, but rarely that ever happens. Like, everybody who I play with is pretty good at the game or has great cards. All right, so now I'm going to get into my coach. Of course, that I run with Steve Kerr. I see some people run with Greg Pop. It depends on how your style of play. If you want better offense for your team, I would go with Steve Kerr. If you want better defense, go with Pop. Stevens, I think he's the defensive coach, so go with that if you want that. But I spent $82,000 on Steve Kerr. Probably the best money I ever spent. I probably overpaid for him and whatever. At the time, it was just that much money. Also, you can see right here that I run with the Heat playbook. I don't recommend using this playbook to anybody. Like, a lot of these things are personal preferences. I feel like you should look through playbooks and see what works for you. Like, some people say that the Bucks playlist is pretty OD. Some people say that the Lakers playbook is pretty OD, or the Mavericks, or, you know, just pick one playbook. This is one tip that I really don't have for you. I just recommend getting a good playbook, but I don't know which one you should actually get. Like, run plays, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later too in some gameplay. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to give you some tips on how to actually play it, and yeah, here we go. Alright guys, so the first thing that I want to get into is having an offensive strategy, and I feel like the best way to have an offensive strategy is if you run plays. Now me, I'm from the school of like NBA 2K5, back when Ben Wallace was on the cover. Like, I never really ran plays like that. If somebody came over your house and you played 2-on-2 or 1-on-1, you were not running plays. Like, let's just be honest, you were just playing casually and shooting threes. This game, I had to learn how to run plays. So as you can see, I'm running like the same kind of play. I'm really just doing it as a tutorial. I'm gonna keep spamming them to the point that he starts to learn them pretty well. But I'm running with the Heat playbook, the 2013 Heat playbook. I don't recommend that you guys run that play, so I'm gonna show you what play that I run. I normally do either the high 14 fist or the high 41 fist. Either one of those works for me. Now sometimes I do the low one as well if they give me that opportunity to do it. Usually they let me do that with Will Chamberlain. But usually this play works for me. It's a 2 play. Like, I know you guys like to run like, you know, 3s plays, but like, it's an easy like mid-range. Sometimes I could just go for the 3 with Kobe, and I can show you that too. I just recommend, if you want a really good playbook, I would probably look it up on YouTube and see what other people are actually running. Or you could just play them by yourself. You can get the Bucks playbook, or you can get the Lakers and just go into like a multiplayer. I don't really recommend going into like an offline mode because people play different online than the computer plays offline, of course. And try not to spam the same plays. As you can see, I'm actually doing that right now because I'm just showing y'all which play that I actually run or plays. But I don't recommend spamming the same thing over and over again, because eventually people are going to catch on. If you're doing like the left right or like turtle, I'm going to stop that. You're probably going to make 25 shots out of like 50 or 60, because I'm literally going to stop that if you keep doing the same thing. And another tip here is, like, don't sleep on the post fades. The post fades are probably one of the easiest shots to shoot in the game. I mean, they're really not that consistent, like 100%, but I don't feel like any shot should be that consistent. As you can see, I'm about to do one with Anthony Davis. It's gonna be so easy. Boom, green light. I'm not gonna like patronize you guys and be condescending and say like, oh, you should play on ball D. I'm not going to like waste my time telling you guys to play on ball defense, but I'll show you like the benefits of actually playing it. You can get steals, like just as easy as that. You can play with people like Magic, playing with people like Pippen, playing with people like Kobe. Get you easy steals if you play on ball defense. If you let the computer do it, it's gonna result into like a foul or something like that, and every now and then you can steal. But I feel like you should play on-ball defense yourself to get those success rates. Going back to post phase, I'm gonna give y'all one of my biggest secrets that I didn't really want to tell anybody, but screw it. Kobe has probably one of the cheesiest post fades ever. So what I'm doing is I'm running a little ISO play, right? All I need is a little bit of room. It does just a little bit of room, and you can get an easy post fade. A lot of them are actually green if I get them open, but I feel like it's one of the cheesiest moves ever. You don't even have to run a play to do it. You could just run up in the paint, do a post fade, get a little bit of room, turn around and hit that too, and it's an easy dub right there. All right, so I'm gonna hit the post fade one more time so y'all know it's real, man. I'm telling y'all, this is like one of the most cheesiest ones ever. Also, I feel like Brandon Roy has a pretty cheesy post fade too. I don't have the card, but I saw a guy actually doing this against me like the entire game. So clearly he has a great post fade. Also, Kevin Durant has one too. All right, I just gotta show y'all like one more time just off of a fast break. This is crazy. Look at that. I could have took that anywhere else, but I turned it around and hit the... All right, so I'm gonna show y'all one more post fade off of like a pretty crazy ISO play. This is ISO 12 rip. I have never done this before, but I think I'm gonna start doing it a lot more. So Kobe's gonna come over to the corner, boom, wide open. A lot of room for a post fade. Green, easy bucket. So that's why I say that you gotta play with an offensive strategy, because if you don't come with a strategy, and actually have more than one. Don't have one strategy. If you have one strategy, as I said, people are gonna catch on to it, and it's not gonna work throughout the entire game. Like, it's 5-minute quarters, 4 quarters. People are gonna catch up on it in the first. And I just want to give y'all another very general tip. I don't know if y'all care about this or not, but do not live and die by the 3-pointer. As you can see, I take a lot of 2-point shots. I play very conservative, and I go in the paint because I got some big dogs. I got a big whip like that about to go into that paint. Like, why do I need to shoot 3 all day and like you be inconsistent? Like, you are more consistent when you hit 2s. All right, so this is like a really bad example of what I'm trying to show you guys, but when your opponent is on a fast break and you got a player right in front of them and you probably think they're gonna take you one-on-one, dude, do a foul. Like, you have 4 fouls within the game before the 2-minute mark, because you don't want to let your opponent get the momentum. I feel like that's the reason why people start to take over games, because they start getting the momentum. So make sure you stop that with an intentional foul. All right, so once again, this is like another bad example of what I'm trying to tell you guys, because this guy really isn't that great of a player. He didn't really have that great cards. If somebody has like a base 11 player like Karolinko, like I'm about to do right there with the cheese 3, you see somebody do that. If you see them have Karolinko, you see somebody have Clay, Granger, Brandon Roy, what you always need to do is guard up with 2. So when they're taking the ball out, you need to be guarding, having it locked on the 2 the entire time. You need to be locked on the 2 like the entire time while they're taking the ball out, because when they get up court, they're gonna throw it to Karolinko or they're gonna throw it to Brandon Roy, and they're gonna shoot that cheese ass 3, and I hate that shit. One thing you can do to stop it is do a half court press, but that's if you want to do a half court press. I don't really have too much problem with people doing that, to be honest, because it does stop that cheese. I just hate when people do full court presses, but I'm about to contradict myself at the end of this game. So make sure you guys actually stay tuned for some cheese tips after this, and that's if you want to go the cheese route, because I mean, we'll get into the explanation later. All right, so now I'm gonna get into some cheese. I'm gonna show you how exactly people do to actually win this 12-0. I know you probably play against people with Julius Erving, or you play with a Hakeem or Ginobili, and you be like, yo, this guy sucks. Like, how did he get the Pink Diamond Player of the Month card? And I will tell you, some people probably use this method right here. I wouldn't say that it's foolproof and it's gonna like 100% work. I didn't do this all the way through. I actually did this as an experiment at the first game to see if it actually works, and it actually does work. But there's pros and cons to it, and we're gonna get into it, and on top of some other stuff. I did have some gameplay video for all of the cheese that I'm gonna give you now, but I literally recorded it yesterday. No, I did not record it yesterday. I thought I was recording it, and I don't want to record it again, because all I'm gonna do is like give somebody like a win, and I'm gonna take the L because I don't care about the game. So we're just gonna like show you, and I'm gonna tell you some things, and hopefully you can understand them without having a visual. So first we're gonna get into the lineup. So what you have to do, of course, it's very self-explanatory. If you see my lineup, run with your best 5 players. So if you want Kobe, you want Karolinko, you want Irving, you want Hakeem and Wilt, that could be your top 5 right there. Put them in the starting lineup however you like to do it. Everybody else, dubs. You know, just get dubs off of your collection. All bronze cards, I highly recommend doing that. And just run with your starting 5. Now, the thing about this is that you're literally going to have to run with 5 players throughout the entire game. So that's just something you got to live with. That's one thing. On top of that, you're going to be running into people with the same method. So you're literally going to be playing the same people you're trying to avoid. So that's why I didn't actually do this method all the way through. But I guarantee that it actually does work. You do get some diversity. It's pros and cons, as I said. As far as this matchmaking things go, like, do I like it or not? It's pros and cons to that too. Like, I actually do like that 2K allows people who just started the game with like free agent cards to not have to go against like a very cheesy pink diamond team and play with people on the same level as them. But at the same time, people lack diversity. Like when I play in triple threat, I literally play anybody who's on queue, like anybody. So I kind of like that. I don't like to always go against, you know, people who are over competitive and cheese a lot. Like nobody wants that really, but I understand that 2K wants to match people, you know, on that same level, because it's like, all right, if you got these pink diamonds, then, you know, play these other people with pink diamonds and test how good you are. But I feel like it should be like more diversity. But I understand why they did that, so I don't completely hate it. But also, you get people who do things like this. You get people who do things like this. They have a whole starting 5 right here with an entire bronze lineup. And on top of that, which is very important, what coach do you use? Some people go all the way to the bottom of the barrel and pick the worst coach. You can still play with your coach. You can still play with the Steve Kerrs and the Greg Pops and, you know, the Stevens, anybody you want to. Like, do not lowball your coach. So that's one cheese tip that I recommend doing. Also, defensive settings. I was gonna show you my defensive settings, but they're pretty similar to Goggles. But also, I think he has better explanation and probably a little bit different settings that he actually do. And also, he's like a, you know, top 25 player. So I would recommend going to his video, and I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below. When you start the game, this is if you want to cheese. This is if you want to cheese. I don't do this. I play on ball, like whatever. But this is if you want to cheese, right? So yeah, change the settings according to what Goggles told you how to do. Also, another thing, full court press. Do a full court press. Do not do a full court trap. Don't do half court. Do a full court press, right? And play the center. Just off ball on the center, and there you have it. So it's cheese like that, and you could play that however you want to play it. I literally had gameplay, and I'm sorry I don't have that right now to show you, but that's how you cheese. Honestly, I don't feel bad for giving out those. It's not secrets. It's literally what a lot of people do already. I do feel like MyTEAM Unlimited is probably one of the worst modes in 2K right now because of so much cheese and so much desperation and thirstiness for, you know, the pink diamond card, that people just like do all of this extra stuff to actually win. I literally go against all off-ballers, so that's why I really don't care, like, if I'm giving out these cheese tips, because these are things that people already know. And also, if you're playing the game straight up and you keep losing at the 11th game, the 9th game, or even the 2nd game, like, I know that gets very tiring. You know, I could highly understand that. So that's why I'm just giving out these tips. And most likely it's going to, you know, lead you to a win. But also, at the end of the day, you still have to be a good player. That's the thing. That's why I don't care about giving out anything, any tips. You still have to be a good player. I beat people playing on ball who do these cheese tips to me, like, all of the time. So it doesn't matter. You just have to be a good player. So I wish you the best of the luck to get the player of the month card. You can literally use these tips up until the next month. I don't know what's going to happen next month, if you're going to get the old player of the month cards that, you know, people didn't get, or they're going to give us some new ones. Like, who knows? But I'll be here. I'll probably make another updated video around that time too, if I get the card, of course. I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to get the card, but I'd like to thank all of you for watching the video. Thank you for watching it to the end. If you're a supporter, as I said, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for watching my live streams. 260, I'm out.